What is up, guys? Pastor Matheny here, and thank you for joining me once again today in my study. So today I wanted to answer another one of the questions that you might possibly have about Martin Luther's small catechism. And that probably goes something like this. Now, Pastor, you've been talking about Luther's Small Catechism, and you keep telling me that we're going to be studying Martin Luther's Small Catechism, and it just feels a little bit like catechism. But I thought that the most important book to Christians was the Bible. So what's the deal? Why are we talking about the catechism and not the Bible? This is a very good question, and I would like to answer that question for you today by telling you first a little story. First of all, this is you. Oh, look at you, looking all strong and confident. How great. So you decide to go off on a journey. And as you're journeying along, you come across a mighty rushing river. Now, this river looks very big and very wide, and the water is flowing very fast. And you are impressed by how big and strong and mighty this river is. It's an incredible sight to behold. And so you decide to journey along beside this river for a while because it seems like a good place to walk. And you walk and walk along this river that seems, again, so big and strong and mighty. It's wonderful to behold. And then you look up, and on the horizon, you see way off in the distance the peak of a mountain. From where you're standing, the river looks huge and the mountain looks quite small. So you decide, again, since you're feeling so strong and confident, that you might like to just climb that mountain. So you walk carefully and cautiously along the side of this mighty rushing river, and eventually you begin to approach the mountain. And as you get closer and closer and closer and eventually approach the foot of the mountain, you have a realization. And that realization is that, in fact, that mountain is huge. It's humongous. And now, in fact, standing beside this mountain, the river that seemed so mighty and powerful before seems much more like a little stream. But you stick to your original plan and you decide to scale this mountain, and you follow right along beside that stream that used to be a river. And as you scale the mountain, this stream is of great help to you. When you get tired out and tuckered out, you can simply bend down and drink from this beautiful water that flows crystal clear from the mountain. And as you continue to scale up this mountain and the work gets harder and harder, you need to drink more and more often from that stream. And as you go about your journey, you grow to appreciate how important this stream has been to you over the course of your scaling. And you climb and you climb and you climb, and you actually never reach the top of that mountain. But as you climb higher and higher, you appreciate that stream more and more. So, what is the meaning of this story that I've told you, or is it just a senseless tale? Well, let me go back and interpret for you. Thankfully, you actually are you. Excellent. But this river, as you might see, is not actually the river, but the river is the catechism, and this is it right now. As you study it, and at this point in your Christian life or your Christian journey, this river, the catechism, seems big and all-encompassing. It seems like it's taking up all of your attention and all of your time, and you're not even thinking about anything else. Right now, the catechism seems like a very big deal. And of course, it is. But as you journey on your Christian life, and let me assure you, it is a journey, you travel over some rough ground and some difficult places. And as you travel, you start to see that, in fact, in the distance, though you've studied the catechism, the Bible looms larger and larger. It grows bigger and bigger in your perception, and eventually, as a Christian, you will desire to scale the Bible, if I could mix my metaphors. You will desire to understand and comprehend and engage with the Bible, or you should. And as you deal with the Bible that is far larger and far more complicated and far more endearing and intriguing than you probably thought at the beginning, you will appreciate the fact that you have learned and studied the Catechism first. You will learn that the Catechism will be a guide to you as you read the Scriptures. It will be a help and a support to you as you read and study the Scriptures over the course of your Christian life and journey. And so, in the future, you will learn that, in fact, the Bible looms far larger than the Catechism. But this doesn't mean that the Catechism isn't important or isn't useful. In fact, it's a tool that is almost necessary if, as again you will and should later on in your Christian journey, you seek to understand and comprehend and learn from the Holy Scriptures. So, I hope this video has been helpful to you in understanding why you need not the Catechism or the Bible, but in fact why you need to learn the Catechism as a useful and essential tool to your future studies of the Scriptures and what they have to say. So, if you have any questions or comments for me, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. Feel free to ask me via email or phone call or meet me in person. I hope this video, once again, has been helpful to you. And until I catch you in the next one, peace.